Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of, relax,
Oh, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm just staring at your soul. Don't mind me.
You can blink. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I don't blink that often, so might freak you out a little bit.
Don't worry. Yeah, so just relax,
You said intensely, so.
Fair enough.
We're just having fun now.
Yeah.
All right, bet. My name's Thomas Sinner. I go to County College of Morris for culinary arts. This is my first semester in culinary arts. Last semester, I was a business student, and I've been in the hospitality industry for 8 years.
Okay. Not bad. The first one.
I feel like the first one better.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, with the stuttering. I think you only started like once in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about stuttering. It's like too much.
Yeah. You want to do it again?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
My name is Thomas Sinner. I'm a culinary student at County College of Morris. This is my first semester as a culinary student. Last semester, I was a business student, and I've been in the industry for 8 years.
Great. Perfect. Okay, so what made you change your mind from being a business major to a culinary major?
I changed from a business major to a culinary major because when I was a business major, it really wasn't what I was passionate about. I've been in the culinary field for the last 8 years, and attempting to leave and become a business student and go more towards business, it didn't really fit right with me. It really wasn't what I was passionate about. And I found that out through going to all the classes and stuff, and I found myself not being lax, but just not really caring as much and not really opening up to people and not making many friends and not really enjoying what I was doing. So switching back to culinary was ultimately the best option for me because that's what I love to do, it's what I enjoy, and it's what I want to do in the future.
Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, for the record, we ended it on your speech about how you love food, and I can't remember the full speech, but you talked about how you wanted people to get out of your food, how you wanted people to come together over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually got everyone's enthralled by that. One guy even ended it, so that's deep.
No, I say I'll start talking some shit. It's serious.
It is great.
The people fucked with it?
What?
They fucked with it?
They liked it. They liked it, yeah. It wasn't so much for camera work though, but they liked it.
Yeah, I like the wordage, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so.
Could feel it.
What's your ideal restaurant? If you could own your own restaurant, manage it how you want, how would you do that?
Gotcha. I think an ideal restaurant for me would be one in where everybody can come together. I feel that families nowadays, what is lost, or a big part of what is lost, and the respect of a community family is just the fact that there is no more family dinners, no more nightly togetherness where we all come together and really enjoy each other's company, really see how each other's doing face to face, and just show love through the food and through the community of just a small group in a family setting. So I'd love to create an environment in where there's large tables, community tables, where you can sit across from your family and sit across from people you may not know, or people that, have really nothing to do with you. But at the same time, even if you don't have anything to do with the other person, or you don't know them, or, you may not even, have anything in common, but just creating that atmosphere, you can create friendships, you can create bonds, and really, enrich the community that, your restaurant is in. So I'd love to do a family farm to table type restaurant. Farm to table meaning, all fresh ingredients from local areas that is sourced, meat as well, all locally sourced. So it supports the community. It supports nutrition and nutritional value, organic foods in which, it's better for you and just has nice, fresh flavors. Very simple techniques. Obviously in the summer you'd have a lot more fresh ingredients, fresh fruits, and the menu would, focus on that freshness and really try to bring out the freshness in the surrounding areas and what they can offer. And then during the winters, more of like roasted ingredients to bring out, deep flavors that you may not have been able to get in the summers or would be too heavy for that kind of weather. But ultimately, have shared dishes, family style, and just bringing the community together.
Great. Oh, when we talked about what was it? The roast. I already forgot about you talking about the roast meat. Well, we got a picture in my head. I want a steak or something. I don't think I want a steak or something.
Yeah. Prime rib.
I once went to this, I think it was Argentina place.
Okay, Argentinian.
It had one of the greatest steaks I ever had. The closest I could compare it to was an aesthetic experience. It wasn't just a good steak.
Oh, it's artwork. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Culinary goes way beyond diner food, man.
Yeah.
Plate presentation and stuff. It's an art in itself.
It came in on a sizzling hot plate too.
Okay. It changed your life.
It opened me up to what food can do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's simple too, as long as you know the techniques and stuff. I mean, you can do anything.
All right, so what do you want people to get out of your skills? What do you want to? What do you want people to get out of your skills?
Out of my skills.
Yeah,
Got you. I got you. I'm just repeating.
No problem.
What do I want people to get out of my skills? What I want people to really get out of what I can do is just bringing people together. I really feel like that's one of my main goals, is just the ability to bring people together, bring them all into a circle, have them understand each other or listen, or just, listen is just the easiest thing, but we make it such a difficult concept. We would all get along if we heard each other out. So if you create an environment where that's what is supposed to happen, that would be amazing, where people can debate ideas, where people can, disagree and create new understandings or just new understandings of each other, where people aren't scared to really tell how they feel about things. We need to create an environment in this age like the philosophers had back in ancient Greece, where they can just go somewhere and talk, and the scholars can go and talk to each other and debate ideas and really just create a better understanding of people and human interaction and, just the world in general. If we're all so creative, but we never share our creativity because we're scared of failure, or we're scared to get put down. But if you create an environment in which people feel welcome, they feel loved and cared about and respected, and it became a mass ideal, the possibilities are endless. So I really want to create a legacy for myself and for what I wish to create throughout my life, is just a welcoming atmosphere where people just feel that they can be heard and respected and welcomed with open arms and really appreciated for how they think. and, you know, be able to debate in a sensible way, you know, the truths of the world and nature as it is.
Great. Yeah, what was with creativity? I was actually talking to my mother before. You ever see that show Face Off? Ever heard?
Yes, with the mask. They make like, costumes.
Yeah, I love that show.
I've watched it a couple times. It's super interesting.
I've been marathoning it. It's like, for me, it gets me inspired to create. I was talking to my mother. She was saying, like, she's an architect, so she's kind of in the creative field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And she was saying, like, she doesn't want to, it makes her feel bad because she can't get to that level. And it kind of goes.
But it's not about comparing yourself. I think that's one of the biggest issues with us. We try to compare ourselves to other people when there's no one like you. There's nobody else like you. There's nobody else like me. You know, but society has put us in a box where we feel we have to reach a limit that, you know, even financial limit. Oh, $1 million. How many people will say, oh, I'm going to be a million? Who fucking cares? You know? If I'm doing what I love and enjoying it, and I'm comfortable, and I create a family, and I'm a family person, so it's like I got a family, and I'm like surround myself with good people, and you know, am on the right path. Your path is different from everybody else's. If you're on your path, money will come. You know, it doesn't, like, the goal can't be money. The goal has to be something that you love and you're passionate about, and then once people see that you're on your path, they'll come for you, or they'll find you.
I always say, like, satisfaction with what your work is. It's, you know, I feel like today, like, everyone's like, we need money, you need to bring it.
Yeah.
You need to get, and there are people who are money oriented, but for me, like, I just want I can live comfortably and be satisfied with what I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to miss a soccer game. You know?
Yeah.
That's the only thing with, like, being a chef. Chef's a hard job, man. Like, we work, you know, 60 to 80 hours a week, you know, holidays, weekends. There's no time off, you know, or very rarely you might get 1 day off every week or 1 day off every 2 weeks, you know. That's why it's like my goal isn't to be a chef in the restaurant. You know, obviously I have the knowledge base of a chef, which helps you understand the restaurants, the concept, the themes, and have be able to communicate that language with the chef and the personnel. But in essence, I want to own these places so I don't have to work those days, you know, so I can be around my family, so I can create the environment I want to do. Because if I'm focused only on the food, I'm not going to be able to focus on the atmosphere. I'm not going to be able to focus on the community building, you know, and that's an integral part of what I want to do.
Right. This is good. You're getting, like, all excited. It's good.
Oh yeah, I'm super passionate right now. I'm in my bag.
Yeah, dude. I know you're passionate, but
You're good.
didn't get it on.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
But if you want to go over, like, your restaurant, what do you kind of just go up against? If you get you, like, all excited talking about, like, what do you want it to be like?
I mean, the restaurant in general, the restaurant is just the environment where you can build from. You know, so it's not completely about the restaurant. It's just the space. You know, it's the atmosphere you create in that space. So if the restaurant creates this atmosphere of loving, caring, good energy, you know, people are going to come. It doesn't matter if the food's bad. You know, of course the food's not going to be bad. You know, it's going to be great. But it's really about the atmosphere, you know? And that's what it's going to come down to. You know, obviously it's there, you know, you're going to feed your mind, you know, with the community. You're going to feed your body with the nutritious, organic, locally grown food. And you're going to feed your spirit, you know, an emotional self by letting out your demons and talking through things that you wouldn't be able to talk through otherwise, or you don't feel welcome to talk through otherwise. You know, you're scared to tell people how you feel. But in the restaurant, or it doesn't even matter if it's a restaurant, in that atmosphere is really going to create just this welcoming place. And that's what it's all about.
So it's not just the food, but hospitality in general.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's more about the atmosphere and what you create and the community that is created there. You know, regulars or like return customers, that's the cornerstone of a restaurant or business in general. So if you can create a whole community that comes together in your establishment, you're never going to fail. Never. As long as the love and the care and the respect, and you become a part of that community like no one else has.
I'm trying to figure out where you can go with this. You got a lot of great stuff, like.
No, I'm in my bag now. Yeah.
Start thinking like something else.
Nah.
I think I can hear like your heavy breathing.
I'm going deep, like I'm here. Like this shit's serious to me. Like I'm not joking. Like this is like full. You're getting full love, like in the face. Like I'm gonna start getting emotional.
I noticed you say that a lot. Like when you're cooking, you say like, yeah, add a little love or put in some.
Oh, it's all love. Yeah, yeah. I mean, all right, I got you. When I got into cooking, it was never about me eating. You know, it's never about, you know, just feeding myself. You know, I don't care much. Like when I cook for myself, it's kind of just like boring and basic and, you know, just regular flavors. I use the same things all the time. But if I'm cooking for somebody else, geez, like it's a whole different level. Like I care, it's like I care about the food, but I really care about the person I'm feeding. You know, and that's what it comes down to. Like I want them, the customer or the person I'm feeding, the person I want them to feel how much love and care I have for them just through the food, just through, you know, feeding them, you know, the flavors, the textures, the everything, you know, the delicacies. I want them to, you know, even if they know nothing about food, if they put it in their mouth and they eat it, I want them to feel the love that is expressed to them through that food. And that's what it is for me. You know, I get pleasure out of seeing people enjoy my food more than actually eating my food.
That's great. Remember, what was it? It just kind of like reminded this old kids book, not kids, but the book I read, where like, it was like one background character was a chef, and I forget what it was. I think it said she lost weight because it was more about feeding other people than feeding herself.
Yeah.
This kind of reminded me.
But yeah, I got you. I'm in my bag. My bag right now.
It's great.
All right. So feeding me is not the actual food. By you eating my food and like seeing the love that I have given you, it feeds my soul. Like that's real soul food. Like I love it. Like if I watch the people that I feed and watch them love it and enjoy it, and it creates that community that I strive for, I'm fulfilled. I don't need to eat. Like my soul is full.
My fellas like, I'm gonna have to cut this down to 3 minutes. You give me a lot of great stuff.
I'm telling you, I'm in my bag. Like this is perfect. Like a one-on-one. I don't have no like weird people looking at me. Like I'll get my bag and we're just talking.
Yeah, just relax. You know?
Yeah.
Your passion, like what you.
Yeah, no, the camera you better feel my face, the love. No, I am serious. That better be in there too. I want y'all to feel my face. You feel this passion through this camera right now. Like, no, I'm serious. I feel it. Like, I am heated right now.
Yeah, it always seems like people like you are like really passionate, who kind of really go in all out. Like, I always heard like for most people, they'll come here for culinary, but they don't usually stick with it. But you're really like,
No, this is no joke.
yeah.
Yeah, this isn't a joke. All right, I got you. Wait, I got you. Wait, another one. Ready? All right. I joined the military when I was 19. And when the recruiter came up to me in the vocational school where I went to, it was called Monroe Career and Technical Institute. It's up in the Poconos. The recruiter walked up to me. He brought me to the table in which he had his paper down, you know, the different booklet with the different jobs and stuff. And this day he had it open to the right page. You know, it had culinary arts, or it was like food service was the page. Food service. And I was like, okay, all right. And dude hands me a piece of paper and it has 3 lines. He tells me, all right, pick 3 jobs and I'll let you know if you can get one. And I said, well, I only got one. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, if you don't get me this job, I'm not joining. And he was dumbfounded. And I handed him the paper and it said food service. And he laughed at me because he knew what I was in for. But I had already been in the restaurant industry for 4 years. So I'm like, if you don't get me this job, I'm not joining. So he got me the job. And, you know, from that point forward, I mean, it wasn't the best experience. I didn't learn as much as I had in the past. And I, you know, didn't learn as much as I can do in the future. But what I learned was maturity, was leadership, was dedication, you know, and different skills to produce on a mass production level. You know, there's a lot of differences between prep and actually cooking and getting stuff ready and prepared for the meal between, you know, a regular restaurant of, you know, 5-10 plates at a time and 2,000 to 4,000 plates over the course of 2 hours. Like, there's a huge difference. But I would have never learned that if I hadn't gone. You know, I wouldn't have matured. I wouldn't have, you know, found myself. Wouldn't have found my leadership style or, you know, really lost myself in who I was and really have to find my way back to who I want to be. And none of that would have happened if I never joined. If I had never written on a piece of paper, food service. And I would never have gotten there if he didn't laugh at me.
You got so much great stuff. It's going to be hard to cut all this down, man.
Yeah, you better send me this shit. I'm on a roll.